Good afternoon, everyone. I am Miss Brandy, and it is time for the second story to wrap up the third week of the Storybook series. I'm excited to be with you today. So we will wait a couple more minutes to see if anyone else decides to join us. If you guys were able to join this morning and watch the first story, I hope you guys had a great time and learned something new. I have a special book picked out for you today, and I hope that you guys all like it. All right, well, I'll go ahead and tell you why I chose this book. So I'll just show you the front cover of the book. This book is awesome and very, very neat. The pictures are very colorful. I chose this book because I love farm animals, and when I was much younger, like you, I used to show cows at the fair. And I don't know if you guys have ever been to a farm just to see the animals or maybe to the fair and just checked out all the animals and seen how maybe people show them. It's kind of neat. Or maybe you even have some farm animals of your own at home. Yep. I don't know if anyone else is going to join us or not. Let's see. All right, let's get started. As I read this story to you, I want you to have your best listening ears on and see if you hear any prepositions. Can anyone tell me what a preposition is? So a preposition is a word that tells us where an animal, a person, a place, or maybe even a thing is. So let's see if there is a preposition in this title. So the title is in the big yellow words, duck on a tractor. All right. Do you know what the preposition is in our title? It's on. That's right. So this preposition tells us where the duck is. See, he's on the tractor. So this is the front. This is the back. And something that's really cool is if I open this, it's a big picture of the tractor. All right. The author of this book is David Shannon. Can you guys remember what the author does? That's right. He is the person that writes the words in the story. All right, well, let's get started and see what kind of trouble the duck causes. So, duck on a tractor. Got some pieces of the tractor, it looks like. And Duck on a Tractor by David Shannon. Down on the farm, Duck sometimes got wild. One day he decided he could ride a bike, so he did. Then he spotted the tractor. I bet I can drive a tractor, he said. The other animals weren't so sure, but they all said, well, if he can ride a bike, maybe he can drive a tractor too. You guys see what the animals on this page? We got a cow. Then we got another chicken over here and a cat. The cat is on the fence. So remember, our preposition is on. So he's on the fence. And here, the cow is behind the fence. So that's another preposition. behind. Duck climbed on the tractor and looked around. He pushed some pedals and wiggled a metal stick, but nothing happened. Then a shiny little piece of metal by the steering wheel caught his eye. He pulled it out. He pushed it in. Then he turned it. All of a sudden, the tractor shook and coughed and rumbled. It began to move. At first, it moved very slowly and it jerked a lot, but it was fun. Duck drove around the barnyard until he got the hang of it. Then he stopped in front of the other animals. "Climb on, everybody," shouted Duck. Oh goodness, this looks like there's a lot going on in this picture. Dog was first. He jumped up next to Duck. "Woof," said Dog, but what he thought was, "We're going for a ride." To everybody's surprise, Cow clambered on next. "Moo," said Cow, but what she thought was, "This is the silliest thing I've ever done." Pig and Pig took a seat in the back. "Oink," said Pig. But what they thought was, "This sure beats walking." Oh my goodness. So we got the pigs in the back. So that's our preposition. Then we got cow and dog on top of the tractor. Then came chicken, mouse, and goat. "Squawk," said chicken, but what she thought was, "Last one on is a rotten egg." "Squeak," said mouse, but what she thought was, "I can see everything from up here." "Ma," said goat, but what he thought was, "I'm hungry. Does the garbage dump have a drive-through window?" So got goat back here. The chicken is in the wheel. We got mouse on top of the wheel. Next up were horse and cat. Cat jumped up gracefully onto the tractor. Horse, not so much. "Meow," said Cat, but what she thought was, "I was going to take a nap, but this should be very interesting." "Nay," said Horse, but what he thought was, "I think I'd rather walk." Horse doesn't look too comfortable on top of the tractor, does he? The only one left on the ground was Sheep. "Bah," said Sheep, but what she thought was, "This is too dangerous." "Get on, Sheep," everyone shouted, but Sheep wouldn't budge. So Duck started driving away without her. "Wait," cried Sheep. "Don't leave me here all alone." She ran after the tractor and took a flying leap onto it. "Quack," yelled Duck, but what he thought was, "Wahoo!" Gee, I can't believe how many animals are on this tractor. And here's a better picture of all the animals on the tractor. Duck steered the tractor down the lane and onto the main road. And before long, they were driving through the middle of town. It was lunchtime, so most people were in the diner. They all looked up when Duck and the other animals passed by the big window. So here's the diner where everyone's eating lunch. A little boy named Edison was having lunch with his grandma. "Did you ever," Grandma gasped, but what she thought was, "A duck on a tractor? That's impossible." "That's totally awesome," said Edison shouted, but what he thought was, No one's going to believe this. He thought. Marcine, the waitress, looked up from her pad and noticed Cat. Heavens to Betsy, she exclaimed, but what she thought was, I like cats. So here's Grandma and Edison and Marcine. Deputy Bob blabbered, if that don't beat all, but what he thought was, how am I going to explain this to the sheriff? The little boy looks kind of excited to see this, doesn't he? So it's Lily's Diner. They're eating, they can have breakfast, they can have lunch, they can have dinner there. A man named Otis chimed in, I must be seeing things, but what he thought was, oh no, not again. Holy cow, hollered Manny, the cook, but what he thought was, holy cow. Manny usually said exactly what he thought. The mayor almost choked on his pie. Good gravy, he sputtered, but what he thought was, those pigs are even fatter than I am. What do you think the mayor has all over himself? I think it's the pie filling. He's almost choking on his pie. Corky just whistled, but what he thought was, that duck is smarter than he looks. There's Corky. He has a name tag that says Corky. Gwen came out of the restroom. Would you look at that? She exclaimed, but what she thought was, I can't see a thing without my glasses. Farmer Odell observed, that's a dang nice tractor. But what he thought was, hey, that's my tractor. He decided he'd better go after it and ran out the door. Everyone else ran out too and chased after him. There goes Farmer Odell and everyone else after him. Do you think they're going to catch the animals on the tractor? We'll find out. By this time, Duck had turned onto the next street. The tractor shuddered to a stop. Duck tried turning the shiny little piece of metal again. Nothing happens. I don't know much about spelling, said Dog, but I think that E means it's the end of our ride. What do you think this is? So it's pointing to E, and there's an F over here. Do you think it ran out of gas? You're right, it did. Sheep cleared her throat. You know, she said, I think we might get in trouble for this. Let's get out of here, yelled Duck, just as Farmer Odell and everyone from the diner came around the corner. What's the look on everyone's face? Can you tell? Looks like Farmer Odell's just kind of thinking like, how did my tractor end up here? Maybe confused or kind of wondering what's going on. Everyone burst out laughing. Nah, they all said, it couldn't have been. It was an optical illusion, exclaimed Otis. Farmer Odell said he must have left his tractor running by accident. I guess that explains it, Deputy Bob agreed. Then they all went back to the diner to finish their lunch. Here's Edison. He's on the side of the tractor. It looks like everyone else is behind the tractor. And no one ever admitted that on that day they had seen a cow, a goat, a cat, a sheep, a a chicken, a horse, 2 pigs, a mouse, and a duck on a tractor. Can you tell me which animals are on top of the fence? That's right, the cow, the cat, and the horse is going over it, but the duck is on the horse. Then the sheep and the chicken are under the fence. The end. That's a silly story, wasn't it? Those animals, I bet, had a great time riding the tractor. Have you guys ever thought you have seen something, but your mind was actually kind of playing tricks on you? Like maybe, for example, when you look in the clouds, and you see maybe an animal or a face. Yeah, it's not really in there, right? It's just the clouds kind of making patterns and different shapes, and they look like something that we're familiar with. All right. And then I have a little activity planned for you guys. All right, I am going to show you a picture, all right? And I want you guys to tell me where the fly is using our prepositions that we have learned about, using like above, under, between, maybe it's behind or in front of, all right? Let's see. Where is the fly in this picture? You're right, he's in front of the cow. Where's the fly in this picture? So he's right here. He's between 2 pigs. 1, 2. He's right in the middle. Good job. Where is the fly? He's under the spider. Good job. That spider is hanging upside down. Do you think it's maybe coming down from its web? Where is the fly? He's behind the cow. Good job. Oh no. Where is the fly in this picture? He's under the pig. I hope that pig doesn't squash that fly. Think hard. Where is the fly in this picture? Silly fly is in the mud. Maybe he's cooling off. Let's see. Where is the fly? He's between 2 spiders. Look at the spider's silly eyes. All right, let's do a couple more. The fly in this picture is on top of the cow. Good job. I'm going to trick you up on this one. Where is the fly in this one? You're right, he's in front, or he could be to the side, but it looks like he's in front of the cow. All right. Is the fly above or below the pig? You're right, he is above the pig. All right. Let's do two more. The fly in this picture is where? He's below the bird or under. So below and under mean the same thing. All right, last one. Can you see the fly in this picture? See his eyes? Where is he? You're right, he's in the bag. Looks like he's in a bag of candy. Yum, candy. Awesome job, guys. It has been so fun working with you guys. I am all done for the day, but I'm going to give you guys some reminders that we see. So thank you guys for participating in this story time, and then a reminder that remember, story times are taking place every weekday this summer at 10:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. If you subscribe to the channel UC Speech and Hearing Clinic 2020 Summer Storybook Series, you will automatically get notifications when we go live every day. If you are unable to attend the live, you will be able to go back and watch the recording when it is made available. Also, please visit our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter. Both are linked in the bottom right corner of the picture of our preschool clinic room on the channel page. Thank you guys once again, and I hope you have a great day and a good weekend. See you next week.